Well, hello there and welcome in. I'm Mary Sue and I'm so grateful that you're here. Welcome to day 9 of a 30-day challenge. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's already day 9. So let's jump into it. Let's see. First, we'll do the reading for the day and then we'll have the 30-day challenge activity afterwards. So I hope you'll join us. So let's see what the message is today. Yeah, be still. Cultivate a space of stillness and silence to just be. Okay, so this is divine feminine energy coming in. Divine masculine is all about action. Divine masculine doesn't sit around at all, right? The divine masculine is all about producing, getting out there, doing, right? And that is an energy we do need in our life, right? It's not about is the divine feminine better or the divine masculine better? It's about finding that balance. And we had that energy just the other day, that message about balance. So I feel like there's something here about understanding if you're taking a lot of action right now, you may be getting a lot of new ideas or you're just kind of like getting excited. It's Aquarius season. We have the North Node in Pisces. I want to move forward. But sometimes when we just move forward and take action without any kind of sense of direction, then what can happen is we're taking action, but we're really not moving forward. We're not really progressing. So the message I'm getting with this card, okay, a be still, is that in that stillness, we can tap into our intuition. We can tap into seeing more clearly the vision of where we are wanting to go. This is a little bit of understanding that if you wake up, this is kind of interesting. If you wake up in the morning, right, and you make your to-do list that day, okay, for that day, and then you start taking action on those, that's very divine masculine energy. This is what I want to get done today, blah, 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 and you start moving forward on that. But if that to-do list, if those actions that you're taking are not in alignment with some long-range plan, then sure, you may be really productive that day, but it may not be an energy of being productive towards what your heart is truly desiring, right? Your long-term plan. So kind of like allowing yourself to take a few minutes and reassess. Do you know what your long-term plan is? Because I feel like in this Aquarius energy, our long-term plan is not perhaps the long-term plan that we had when Pluto was in Capricorn since 2008, right? Now that it has moved into Aquarius, we have this beautiful Aquarian energy. Aquarius season is upon us. We're 9 days into it, right? It's kind of like allowing ourselves to reassess, just taking a break, all right, for just like a short period of time. It doesn't mean even days. It's kind of like, this is the new moon. Actually, I'm recording this on the morning of the new moon, right? It's setting your intentions, not just for perhaps Aquarius season, but what you want for yourself long term, and asking yourself, right, are those actions you're taking every day, are they in alignment with that long-term plan, or are they more short-term oriented? Yeah, because beauty, we had this card the other day too, just a sense of what is the beauty what beauty do you want to bring into this world, right? And that is a sense of your creativity. What world do you want to create for yourself? And allowing yourself to really take some time, especially maybe today or in the next couple of days, okay? So even into the weekend, right? It's about stopping just for a minute and allowing yourself to say, what am I wanting to create here, right? Especially if you're running around a little bit like a chicken with your head cut off. I think that's a beautiful look. This is so interesting. I didn't even see that. And then they're pointing this out to me, the moon, right? It's kind of like allowing yourself to get into that dreamy Pisces energy because the North Node has moved into Pisces. What is it that you want at least to accomplish? Maybe if you can't think long term. What would you like to accomplish in the next 18 months while this dreamy Pisces energy is helping to create magic in our life? Yeah, and embrace change. Yeah, I think that there is something here about recognizing you're putting a lot of time and energy, especially if you feel like you're you're banging your head up against the wall, right? There's a little bit of a message here that you may be working on a dream or a goal that really is in alignment with what you really and truly want long term. Okay, so there's a little bit of a message here about embracing change and welcome a new possibilities, but these can't come in until you allow yourself to just be still. And it's almost an energy. They're showing me this card in the archetypes, and I don't have that deck right here, but the empty room. It's about emptying out your mind. You know, when we meditate, that's what we're doing, right? We're emptying out all the thoughts of what we should be doing or could be doing or whatever, right? It's just allowing that to just kind of like stop for 5 minutes, right? Take a deep breath. Allow the world, you know what? The world is going to go on. Whether you are trying to fix it or whatever, it doesn't matter. Just stop. Allow yourself to have a few moments of peace in your own mind, just for a few minutes, even if the world seems so chaotic around you, and allowing yourself to tap back into understanding that there are new possibilities, there are new ways to either see a different perspective. For some of you, this could be a different perspective of what you really, how you want to move forward in your life, new goals, new dreams that you are wanting, right? A whole new sense of a world that you want to create. This is also a little bit about getting a different perspective on things that have occurred in the past and allowing yourself to move forward into a brand new world. Yeah, oh, I love this. Look what's on the bottom, the breathe card, right? This is that energy of just be still. Listen for a moment. Allow the chaos to just kind of like be over there, like not in your head. Allowing yourself to say, I'm not allowing the chaos in my head at this moment. I'm going to be still. I'm going to tap back into my heart chakra. What is it that I really and truly want for myself? And understanding that we can't control the world around us. We can't control other people in our lives, right? There is a sense of knowing that you deserve to create the life that you are wanting. And yes, you have the lost card here. Understanding that may mean that you have to allow some changes to happen in your life, right? Sometimes it's allowing ourselves to recognize, wait a minute, I've been chasing after a dream. That really isn't my dream. Yeah. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Oh my goodness, the Ascended Masters are here. Oh my goodness. Look at what else is on the bottom. We have the loving woman and optimism. This is you allowing yourself to really, truly commit to what it is that you want as you move forward in your life and no longer playing it safe. This is the Capricorn energy, right? Yeah, and look at what's right underneath that, the honoring path. Instead of playing it safe, instead of trying to follow the plan that other people want me to follow, instead of trying to please other people around me, instead of trying to fix the world. I think there is something about allowing ourselves to recognize that we're not here to fix the world. We're not here to fix anybody or fix the world, right? Instead, it's about standing in our light. It's sharing our gifts, our creative abilities, our talents with the world in a loving way, and knowing that by doing that, it is going to fix the world, right? It is going to bring a much greater sense of loving light onto the planet, raise the vibration of the collective. But it's not about, I have to go fix it. I'm telling you, these readings have some incredible insights. It's not about I have to go fix it, because there is a little bit of ego in that, isn't it? Right? It's kind of like understanding that when you're standing in your loving light, you're being authentic to yourself. You're being authentic to your gifts, your talents, your skills, your insight, and sharing that in a loving way. You're going to attract in the people that want what you have to share, that want to be a part of your life, right? Whether that's romantic, family, friend, it doesn't matter. It's allowing yourself to say, I'm just going to allow myself to stay in my loving light, even if the chaos around us at this time. It's very intense. It really is. But allowing it to be, right? And knowing I don't have to fix. If we concentrate on trying to fix the chaos, we're actually going to lose our authentic self, because it means that we're going to be deterred by getting into conflict with people that don't want to hear what we have to say. In other words, it's when you're just saying what you have to say without trying to change anyone, then all of a sudden your message gets out to the people that are really wanting to hear what you have to say. Think about that. It is kind of true. I mean, it is a little bit about understanding that if you have in the back of your mind that you're trying to change people or situations, right? You're going to speak to that person in a different way than if you were standing and just speaking to an audience that loved what you have to say. Right? And it's kind of like understanding that the more you can share your loving light, remember all those hot air balloons that keep popping up in these readings, right? It's kind of like understanding that if you allow yourself to align to just being your true authentic self and sharing who you are with the world in this authentic way, then you're going to shine so much more brightly than if you're trying to deal with the chaos and the conflict and trying to convince people that really and truly aren't going to listen to your lesson, right? Or listen to what you have, your insight. Yeah, this is you. I love this. Look at what you have here. You are building a new world for yourself, okay? It is the energy of understanding your ascended masters are with you right now. They're helping you to step into this energy of, I know I deserve the world that I am wanting to create, but it's almost like you have to allow yourself, Gemini energy, the Lover's card, to figure out what it is that you really and truly want, instead of, I think for a lot of us, that are drawn to this channel, it's kind of like reimagining what it is that we really want for ourselves. Understanding you could be shifting your perception of why you are here and what it is, how you are meant to share your loving light, your gifts, your talents. But it's about, the Lover's card is the old choice card in Tarot, right? It's choosing from your heart what it is that you want, how you want to share, and aligning yourself to other people that have the same kind of energy, right? That it's about, I'm not aligning to people that are not in alignment with what I want, right? It's kind of like, okay, and that may mean a huge shift in who you are spending time with, right? Friends and colleagues. See, I feel like, once again, that hot air balloon, right? It's kind of like understanding that you're coming into contact with other people that have the same kind of vision that you do, this higher love for the collective, this energy of raising the vibration of the earth. So it's kind of like, not only are they going to be friends, I feel like you are also perhaps attracting in other spiritual connections that are going to be colleagues in some way, helping you on your path. You're helping them. It's a sense of working together. And I feel like the ascended masters are helping you to align to these people. But how can we align to those people when we're in the throes of trying to change the minds of people that don't see the world in this loving energy that we do, that want to continue to stir in that chaos and that conflict, right? If we're trying to, it would be a little bit like if you were a firefighter, right? And you were trying to put out a fire, okay, of a house, or oh my goodness, you know, the LA fires or something, but you were working by yourself, right? It's kind of like you're in the throes of it. You're trying to, this is really interesting. You're trying to fight a fire, okay? But instead, if you help to align to other people that are helping people to learn how to prevent fires, right? And making changes in the world to prevent fires, then we don't have to have this energy of just putting out a fire. They're saying to me something about, like, you know, the saying of, you know, give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed them for a lifetime. This is about us changing our perspective. That it's not about just giving a person a fish or fighting one fire, right? It's about how can we help to raise the vibration of the earth by helping people to learn how to help themselves. And I don't mean that just from a financial standpoint at all, because we all need some help at times, right? It's not that. It's about how can we bring together this sense of colleagues? How can we bring together our energies so that we can help for a long term? Once again, that whole energy that we had earlier about, instead of being productive for one day, right, is that production for long term. Same thing, if you feed a man today, right, he's got a full belly today, but what about the long term? What about tomorrow? What about next week, next month, next year? So it's about changing our perspective. And I think that is part of being still, is understanding you're not on the wrong path. I think there's a message, if you're resonating with this, about taking a look at how can I shine my light brightly and attract in other soul tribe members, because I'm telling you, you have the Three of Pentacles here. It's allowing yourself to let go of the idea, I have to do it by myself. You don't have to do it by yourself, but at this time, you may not have other people on your path that are in alignment. You may feel like for a long time, you've been having to let people go, or you've had disagreements with people because they're not seeing things the same way you are, especially perhaps in your home environment. This is kind of like a new beginning, the loving woman, right? It's kind of like allowing yourself to see, how have I been playing it safe? How have I been dimming my own light in order to keep some people perhaps happy, right? Or how have I been allowing myself to dim my light because I didn't believe in myself, or I didn't know where this path was going? So yeah, because we have the moon card, right? The moon card is our subconscious fears. What happens if I allow myself to put myself out there, to shine my light brightly, to be more in alignment with my authentic self? If I do that, what may happen? Here's the key. The message is clear. Go ahead, allow yourself to do that, because when you step into who you really and truly are, your authentic self, you are going to magnetize, attract in other people that want to work with you. Whether they want you to be their teacher, their coach, their inspirer, they want your healing energy, right? Your insight, your wisdom. Or if they want to be a colleague. There is this energy of colleagues. Yeah, look. Oh my gosh. I mean, look at this. What do we have? We had the moon, our subconscious fears, allowing ourselves to end one way of living or thinking, or our perception of our gifts, our talents, and how we can share them. There's something here about recognizing, no, wait a minute. I am a teacher. I am a spiritual guide. I have insight and wisdom to share with others. And I feel like there's something about being strong in that energy. Okay. The Emperor is the energy of perhaps building a business out of this, but it's also about being in control of understanding. I know who I am. I'm authentic to myself. I love myself enough to go on this new journey, to see things in a different way. Allowing ourselves, the Emperor can be a little bit stubborn at times, right? It's kind of like, okay, I thought that was the journey, but now with this new Aquarian energy, with Pisces, our North Node in Pisces, right? Seeing the magic of everything that has happened. And it's not like I'm going to sit and mull in it. Instead, I'm going to embrace it and know that it's time for a change. It's time to see this in a different light. Wow, powerful, because I want to point out all four of these are major arcana. The way forward is allowing ourselves, right, to see how our fears could be holding us back, keeping us in this energy of wanting to play it safe. So the Moon card, once again, represents our fear of the unknown path ahead. Okay. And then the Death card is understanding something needs to be transformed here. Our thinking. I really believe this is all about ourselves. Our thinking about things that have ended in the past, our feelings of allowing ourselves to see a new way forward. Okay. Even if it means, oh, I built something safe. I may have to take a risk here to step out of that safety zone, out of this beautiful picketed, gated, kind of energy, this garden. It's time to allow myself to go see what the fireworks are all about. But it does mean that you have to allow yourself to say, all right, I'm making a to-do list. Oh, wait a minute, where's the Emperor, right? I'm making a to-do list, but my to-do list isn't about how can I feed people today, but how can I teach, the Teacher card? How can I teach other people? And that is, I think, a sense of living your most inspired life, no matter, and a life that's authentic to yourself, and not allowing yourself to fall into perhaps patterns of the past of trying to keep yourself safe, right? By people pleasing or conforming to other people's mindsets, right? And I'm going to say with the Hierophant here, Hierophant, thank you. The Hierophant, right? It is that at one time you were the student. This is the energy. You are now the teacher, the wise one. And for all of us, that is we're going to share our wisdom in different ways. It's asking yourself, how can I share my insight, my wisdom with others? Understanding this is part of your path. I truly believe if you've been drawn to this channel, you are a teacher, a healer, a mystic. Whatever gifts and talents you have, they are individual to you. Remember, this is Aquarius season, right? It's all about individuality, but harnessing that individuality, working with others to create a better life for all. Beautiful energy. Beautiful energy. Yeah, embrace this change. It is for the best, with the Death card. Understanding sometimes we don't want the change because we don't know where it's going to lead us. Okay, Spirit's coming in and saying, allow the change to happen because it is a bright new beginning that's more in alignment with your true self, right? With your loving soul. No longer allowing yourself to wear a mask. That came out, I think it was the Gemini reading. Something, there was a message in there, and it's kind of coming out in here too, about wearing a mask, right? That we all wear a mask to protect ourselves and our hearts, right? But sometimes we wear that mask, but we're also trying to please others, but we're not really pleasing the soul, the authentic soul of that person. We're pleasing the mask of that person. Well, that just never works. That's why we may never feel truly worthy, right? Because we're not even trying to, even in our good sense of trying to make somebody else happy or please somebody, we can't. We're having to go through our mask and their mask in order to get to their soul. This is you. I feel like there is a strong energy here of recognizing, right? That's why when we're in conflict and concentrating on conflict and chaos in the world, it just doesn't work because everybody's wearing a mask. This is you allowing yourself to show your true authentic self, shine who you really truly are, and helping maybe other people to drop their mask, or helping or learning, right? And you may have this gift to be able to see beyond other people's masks, so that when you're sharing your insight and wisdom, you're talking to their soul and not to their mask. Wow, powerful energy. All right, let's pull a soul truth card. And I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. So let's see what we have here. Am I letting fear stop me? Yes. I mean, that was definitely here with the moon card, right? Allowing fear to stop us. You know, I feel like there's a little bit of a message here, perhaps being fearful that the conflict and the chaos that's going on over here, right? That if you stand in your true authentic light and share your message, your insight, be a teacher, a healer to others, right? That chaos and conflict is going to come over here towards you. But there is a little bit of message of understanding that the naysayers, right? The chaos and conflict that's going on over there are so kind of like, unfortunately, I think at this time, because of all the energy that's going on the planet right now, are more concerned on creating more chaos and conflict, right? It's kind of like their life at this moment, and understanding they're playing a part in our soul's evolution, but not to be too worried. I think you are highly protected at this time. So it's allowing yourself to say, I'm not going to worry about that. Instead, I'm over here, shining my light, being who I truly am, right? And allowing myself to get my message out to the world. Whether you're starting a YouTube channel, you're writing a book, a blog, just sharing your light as you go to the grocery store, right? It doesn't matter how you're sharing your light, but standing in that energy of I am going to share my light. And also at the same time, starting to think about, where is it? What world do I want to create for myself, for the people around me? And because we're in Aquarius season, for the better of all, right? Allowing yourself to create that. Okay, so they're saying, you know, that a movie with Kevin Costner in it. I think it's called Field of Dreams, right? And he gets the message, build it and they will come. Okay, that is the message here. Build your whatever you're trying to build, okay, for yourself. Whether that is a business, a lifestyle, or relationships, whatever it is. Figure out what it is that your heart really and truly wants, that Gemini energy, yeah? If you have any Gemini, you may want to go watch that video. I just put it up a couple of days, and I'll put it at the end of this video. So it's kind of like understanding, I am going to envision the world I would love to live in. Right? Not just right around you, but the entire earth, the entire universe. What does that look like? And then not being concerned about changing anybody, but standing in your own loving light and creating that in some way, right? Build it and they will come. That is the key. Don't worry about anything else. Build it and they will come. Wow, you have to have a vision for that though. So be still. Allow yourself to really get in alignment to what your heart truly desires, right? And don't worry about what's going on in the world. Instead, I think that's part of it, is that maybe right now we're thinking, oh, I'd like to change that chaos. Don't allow yourself to go there. Instead, create in your mind, in your heart, what it is you wish the world was, a positive energy, right? Envisioning that, not envisioning what you'd like to change or fix about the world, but what is it you would like to create? What would you like the world to look like? Focus on that and allowing yourself to start building that, taking daily action to create that. And once again, not about changing people, because when you build that or you're working on building that, you are going to change the world and they will come, right? They will come to you. You will be creating it just by doing your work on it every single day. Wow, powerful. All right, I'm going to leave it there. If you'd like to join us for the 30-day challenge, it will begin immediately after this. But if not, I hope you have a wonderful day and I'll see you tomorrow. Much love and light. Bye for now. Well, hello there and welcome into the 30-day challenge activity. My goodness, the message was really strong today. So just a couple of reminders in case it's your first day here. The link to the 30-day planner is in the description box below. Totally free. You can download it and use it for the rest of this. You can even go back and watch the other videos, kind of catch up. And also keep in mind, taking 5 to 15 minutes every single day to do some activity that really brings you joy, whether that's turning on some music and dancing, going for a walk in nature, sitting in your backyard and looking at the birds, or cooking a delicious meal and savoring it, whatever you really and truly enjoy. That message is coming out again. We have the loving woman. This is the Queen of Cups, understanding that until we fill up our own cup of joy, right? We can't give from an empty cup. So it is a reminder to fill up our own cup and not expect other people to fill it up for us, right? And I love that. And so you can keep that, log that information onto your calendar. That's in the 30-day planner too. All right. So let's take a look at what the message really is today. There is a clear message. We have the Lovers and the building blocks. Okay. So the Lovers and the building blocks. Thank you. I had someone comment the other day that they would like for me to name the cards, and I think that's a great suggestion. So I'm hoping to do that a little bit, do a little bit of a better job on that. So we have the Lovers card here, Gemini energy, and building blocks. Now the Lovers card is that energy sometimes of a romantic counterpart in our life, right? But it is also the energy of, in the old tarot, of choosing what our heart desires, understanding that every single day and every single moment we can make choices based on love for ourselves and love for the world we're wanting to create, or we can make choices based on fear. Once again, that energy, there's only two ways to make decisions, either out of love or out of fear. When we're making choices out of love, we are staying in alignment with our true authentic self. And this one says the honoring path. Okay. So this is us honoring our own soul path. The choices, making the choices to honor who we are authentically and what we are here to do. So I love this energy because this is a reminder. Remember, our first two cards were breathe and be still. Both of these are a reminder to stop, take a deep breath, meditate, perhaps if you're able, or go for a walk in the woods, or just sit and be still. Allow the chaos, the clattering, the chattering in your head, right, to stop just for a minute and to reconnect to your heart about what you would like to build, building blocks. Okay. So this is the energy of staying more in your heart, asking yourself, what does that, almost think of it as utopia, okay? Because we do have the North Node in Pisces, and Pisces is that dreamy, magical, utopian type of energy, right? In your heart, what would your world, your own part of the world look like? But what other bigger world? What do you wish? What can you imagine the world could be? Because Aquarian energy is very visionary. It's very much, Aquarians can see how much better, if you will, the world could be, right? This is you asking yourself, what kind of world would I really and truly love to live in? And then it is about allowing yourself to ask, what changes can I make today, starting today, that put me in alignment for the world that I want to create, for not only myself, but also the collective? Because Aquarian energy is both independent and collective. That's the beautiful thing about Aquarian energy. It's looking at what strengths we have that we can use to help work with others and build a better life for all. So I feel like that's it. It's kind of like allowing yourself to first figure out, right? Find a little bit of clarity, clear your mind. What is it I really would like? What world would I like to live in? What world would I like my grandchildren to be able to live in, right? And then it is about aligning to that. Asking yourself, what changes? We have the Death card and the Emperor. The Death card is about changes, and we had the energy of embrace and change, right? So it's kind of like, okay, what changes do I need to make? Not what changes do those people over there that are causing all the chaos and conflict on the earth, right? Not what changes they need to make, but what changes do I need to make to get better control of who I am and to more authentically share who I am with the world. It's a beautiful energy of, they're saying, Michael Jackson's song, Man in the Mirror, right? If you want change, take a look in the mirror, right? That's where we start. It's not about allowing ourselves to think, well, if those people changed, then my life would be better. This is about really allowing yourself to align to a clear vision of the world that you would like to live in, and then starting to create that every single day, right? In the smallest ways. It's kind of like allowing yourself to decide. This is almost like a decision of, I am making choices that are in alignment for the world every single day. What time you wake up, what you eat, how you share your energy with your neighbors, your family, your friends, the world, right? It's kind of like every single day, I'm going to make choices that are in alignment to this loving energy. I'm making choices based on love, not based on fear. Yeah, because I feel like that is one of the messages that's coming out. We may be trying to keep ourselves safe and not speak our true, authentic words, feelings, emotions, right? Because we're afraid, well, this energy is going to come over here and perhaps, mess up my life. So I'm going to stay over here and keep myself safe. There is an energy, a reminder of that. And I was going to look for that hot air balloon. Let me look for the hot air balloon. Oh, actually, it was in this deck. That hot air balloon, I just love that energy. Because it's kind of like understanding that when we allow ourselves to align to other people that are on the same type of path, right? When we allow ourselves to align to that, then what happens is that it's kind of like, a safety in numbers, if you will. So let me see. I know it. Okay, I found it. I had to take a second. So it, once again, remember the energy that allowing ourselves to get in our own hot air balloon. Think of that, right? I'm making choices in alignment with what it is I want to create. And I'm not going to allow myself to give time and energy, space in my head for that chaos over there. Because when we're wasting time and energy on that, we're not sharing our true authentic self. So it's like, okay, I'm getting in my hot air balloon, right? And I think the card here, abundance, right? I'm going to get in my hot air balloon. And when you allow yourself to focus on where you're wanting to go long term, what your vision for the world is, you're coming up out of the chaos that's going on the earth, and you're going to find these other friends, colleagues, soul tribe members, work together to build, okay? To build this a beautiful new world, okay? The new earth. Is a beautiful message of just reminding you. We've had that several times. Is a message of don't worry about that chaos. Allow yourself, because that is so draining of our energy. Yeah, this helps you to step back into who you really are, gain back your own control, your own empowerment of yourself, of your story, of your gifts, and how you share them. And I want to say, this is the divine masculine and the divine feminine coming together. If you think that fighting that fire over there, okay, is going to help you to meet your divine counterpart, it's not. It's when you allow yourself to say, I'm allowing that chaos to be, right? And hoping for the best. It's not about closing the door on those people or anything. It's just really about, I'm hoping for the best. I'm wishing them well, but I have a mission. I got to go forward. And here it is. It's like you come in contact. In other words, your divine counterpart is not over there in the chaos. Your divine counterpart is in a balloon and wanting, right, to come into contact with you. Wow, powerful, powerful energy. Because I do feel like we've had that message that there is another person coming onto your path that is going to help you with your mission. The two of you are going to combine somehow your gifts, your talents, your creative abilities, your spiritual practices, your healing energy, however that may play out, because we have to keep in mind we're all individuals, right? But we're coming together. There's a sense of coming together to creating this new world, right? Out of love. It's base your decisions today out of love, not out of fear. All right, so let's talk about the journal activity. So I feel like there is something about perhaps not journaling at first, but instead allowing yourself some time to just be, okay? Now, I'm going to say yesterday, I'm putting up this video a little late, and I'm sorry, I'm trying to have them go live at 7 a.m. Eastern time every day. But yesterday, I had some girlfriends that called and said, hey, let's just go have a fun day, right? And you know, I really got into my Capricorn, Pluto and Capricorn energy. And I was like, no, I have too much to do. I can't, you know, I can't go play. And then I was like, wait a minute, what are the messages here, right? The messages are about having play, more play in our life. I'm so glad I went yesterday. I had such a good time with my friends, and we hadn't really gotten together because the weather's just been so yucky, but we had a nice day yesterday. We got out. We were silly. We just, we went to a flea market and we were just kind of like being silly. And it was fun. And I feel so much reinvigorated because of it, right? And I feel like there is something about allowing ourselves to break away from the everyday, taking a mental health day. That's what I consider yesterday. It was really a mental health day for me. But it's kind of like allowing ourselves to tap back into this quiet solitude, right? Getting back into enjoying life again. being joyful, even if it's only for a few minutes, but also allowing ourselves to be still. So I'm going to say for our journal activities, first thing is empty your head, right? Empty your head. Get back into your heart for a few minutes, even if it's only for 5 minutes, right? Ask your guides, your angels, to the divine, to say, sit down or go for a walk or something and say, okay, I'm going to try to clear out all this chatter that's going up in my head. Please help me to get back into my heart. Ask them for guidance at this time. I feel like you're going to get something in that, even if it's just for a couple of minutes. And when you do, then I would allow yourself to kind of like step into this energy of kind of like, how am I perhaps making choices out of fear and not allowing myself to speak my truth, right? To live my truth, to allow myself to make choices, not out of fear, but out of love for the world that I would like to create. Where am I allowing my time and energy to go to the chaos, right? The people or the situations in our life that sometimes, a lot of times, we have no control over anyway, right? So it's kind of like, okay, how can I take back that time and energy and allow myself to make choices that are in alignment to this world that I am trying to build, that is more in alignment with what I wish for the world, that bigger utopian energy. And also kind of like stepping into the energy of allowing yourself to say, yeah, I want to get into this hot air balloon. Envisioning yourself in that hot air balloon, right? Envisioning, allowing yourself to go there, to kind of meditate about being in the hot air balloon, rising above all the chaos and conflict. Who do you think? And I'm not saying you have to actually have other people that you know in these balloons, all right? But what characteristics do you think are in alignment with the other people in these balloons? Imagine yourself going there, because they are your future tribe. They are your future colleagues in creating and building this new world that is so much more loving, so much more bright. An energy of what is best for all. Yeah, beautiful energy. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you again so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. Much love and light. Bye for now.